Hey everyone, and welcome. Whether you're expecting, you're a brand new parent, or you're just curious, we put together this guide to walk you through the world of breastfeeding in a really clear and supportive way. So let's dive right in.
Okay, let's start with the big one. This single sentence from the World Health Organization is pretty much the foundation for everything we're going to talk about today. It really sets the stage for why this is such a critical topic for both babies and their moms.
So to really get why that recommendation is so strong, we have to start with the why. In this first part, we're going to look at all the incredible benefits of breastfeeding. And trust me, they go way beyond just being a food source.
For the baby, the benefits are just staggering. I mean, we're talking about the perfect, complete nutrition that's also super easy for their little systems to digest. But think of it as their first defense system, too. It actively fights off illnesses and infections. It even reduces the risk of SIDS. And it's not just about the now. It helps build a foundation for long-term health, helping prevent things like allergies and obesity down the road. It's amazing.
And this is a part we don't talk about enough. The benefits for the mother are just as powerful. When you breastfeed, your body releases a hormone called oxytocin. It actually helps your uterus contract back to its normal size and can prevent a dangerous condition called postpartum hemorrhage. On top of that, it helps reduce stress and even lowers your long-term risk of both breast and ovarian cancers. It's a win-win. And the good stuff just keeps going. It ripples out to the whole family and even society. For one, it's way more economical, saving a ton of money on formula. And the convenience? It's always sterile, always at the right temperature, always ready to go, no prep needed. Plus, it's great for the planet. No packaging, no waste.
Okay, so we've covered the why. Now for the really cool part, the what. We're going to take a closer look at breast milk itself, because it's not just food. It's literally a living, dynamic substance.
You see, breast milk isn't just one thing. It's this incredibly smart fluid that changes to meet your baby's needs perfectly. It starts out as colostrum. They call it liquid gold for a reason. Then it becomes transitional milk. And finally, after about 2 weeks, it turns into what we call mature milk. And the difference between these phases is incredible. That first milk, colostrum, is packed with protein and antibodies. It's basically your baby's first vaccine, coating their gut and protecting them from germs. Then, mature milk comes in, and it's higher in fat and carbs, lactose, to give your baby all the energy they need for that rapid growth.
All right, we've got the why and the what. Let's get practical and talk about the how-to. This next part is all about the basics of technique and understanding what you're looking for to make sure the experience is comfortable and successful for both of you.
The latch is everything, and this breaks it down so simply. First, get comfy, you and baby both. Make sure the baby is facing you, with their body in a straight line. You want to wait for them to open their mouth really wide, like a yawn, and then bring them to you. A great little trick is to check that you can see more of the areola above their top lip than below. And here's the most important part. A good latch shouldn't hurt.
So, how often is this all happening? Well, here's the magic number. For a newborn, you're looking at about 8 to 12 feedings in a 24-hour period. I know, that sounds like a lot. And it is. But there's a really important reason why it's so frequent. And that's because the best approach isn't to watch the clock. It's to watch the baby. It's called demand feeding. Basically, you feed your baby whenever they show you they're hungry. This does two things. And make sure your baby gets exactly what they need, and it tells your body exactly how much milk to make. It's a perfect supply and demand system. Okay, let's talk about what might be the biggest source of stress for new parents. Is my baby getting enough milk? This next part is all about learning to read your baby's cues and troubleshoot common issues, just to give you that peace of mind. And here it is, your reassurance checklist. You really don't have to guess. There are clear signs you can look for. Are you getting about 6 to 8 wet diapers a day? Is your baby gaining weight steadily? Do they seem happy and full after they eat? These are all fantastic signs that everything is going great. Of course, sometimes challenges pop up, but the important thing is to know that they're common and they have solutions. For instance, if you have sore nipples, it's almost always a sign that the latch isn't quite right, so the fix is to correct it. If you're feeling engorged, that's usually milk that isn't being removed, and the solution is, you guessed it, more frequent feeding. Knowing what causes what is half the battle. This whole experience isn't just about those first few weeks. It's a journey. So for our last section, let's look at what comes next, like introducing other foods and how to handle expressed milk. Right around 6 months, it's time to start what's called complementary feeding. All that means is you start introducing other foods alongside breast milk. The key word there is complementary. It adds to breastfeeding, it doesn't have to replace it. A lot of people continue to breastfeed for 2 years or even longer.
And for anyone who's pumping, this is some seriously practical info. Here are the basic safety guidelines for storing your milk. You've got about 4 hours at room temperature, up to 24 hours in the fridge, and a nice long window of 3 to 6 months if you put it in the freezer.
So, we've walked through the benefits, the science, and the practical how-tos. But this journey, it doesn't happen in a vacuum. And that brings us to our final and maybe most important question. It's not just about what one person knows, it's about all of us. So how can we, as partners, as friends, as employers, as a community, build a world where every parent feels supported in their feeding choices? That's something for all of us to think about. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.